G'day, my name is Gary, and in this video I'm going to show you how to set up the 7 Rhymes DW20. And just a little tip, this particular unit has such a low noise floor, and that's a real boost for DSLR camera users. So let's get started. First I'm going to show you how to set up the DW20 receiver and connect it to your mobile phone. Now with my iPhone, I have only one port on the bottom here, which is a lightning port. So I'm going to have to use this little adapter, which is a headset adapter. Your mobile phone may have that 3.5mm jack already on it, so you won't need to use this adapter. Just remember with these adapters and also the ones that are built onto the device, you only have a mono signal going through. There's no separated 2-channel audio. It's only a single channel, so we'll bear that in mind. The lead that we're going to choose in setting it up with this is the tip ring sleeve. That's the grey one. It's a 4-pin plug, and I'm just going to plug that into there. On the top of the receiver, you have 2 outputs, a headphone and also an output. I'm going to plug the black cable into there. And it doesn't matter whether you're set up to stereo or mono. At the moment, this mode is set to a stereo. I'm going to select mono. I'm going to choose an app where I can monitor the actual input level, and you'll notice straight away that the input level on the phone is way too high. It's peaking here. So I haven't even got the transmitter. I'll just turn this little transmitter facing me so it actually picks up my voice fairly clearly. What you need to do is to adjust the output of this little receiver so that it's not as high. And you'll notice on the front there, it actually says that it's plus 12 at the moment on the right hand side there. So I'm going to lower that. In the mono setup, you can actually use this bottom button just to lower it. You can actually raise it and lower it with those 2. Okay, now I've got it set up to plus 0, so there's no boost on the output. And using this particular setup, you can see now that the input level is so much better. Even if I speak really loudly, it just starts to go into the red a little bit. So that's how you set up the DW20 on your mobile phone using that headset connection. Now I'll show you how to set up the receiver onto the mobile phone using a digital connection, which gives you true separated stereo. You'll need to use the data lead that is supplied, plus on an iPhone you'll need the camera adapter, which I've used on a lot of other videos as well, which allows you to connect a USB to a lightning connection on the mobile phone. So connect up the lightning connector, and your USB-A part of the lead goes into there, and then make sure you choose the orange cable and put that into data. This is the receiver. So on the receiver now, you've got it connected up. You'll notice that the level is a little bit lower now than it has been in the past. I still have it set up to mono from my previous section of the video. I'm going to choose stereo, and as you can see, this particular microphone that is just in front of me is the left-hand one, or channel A. And this one is channel B. There you go. So it has separated it into 2 separate channels, which is the only way to really get true separated stereo signal into a mobile phone. And we'll just record and see what it sounds like. Just a minute. You're currently listening to the audio from the Filmic Pro app with the DW20 plugged in digitally through the camera adapter. So from what I can see on the screen here, there's very little, if any, background noise, which really makes this a great little unit. Now let's have a look at connecting the 7 Rhymes receiver to a DSLR camera. Stick around, I'm going to show you a little tip how to boost the output of the DW20 so that you can accommodate cameras that have noisy inputs. It's slightly different, but there are a couple of things that will give you much more superior audio. The cable you'll need is the tip ring sleeve, 3.5mm lead with the two black ends. And you need to locate the microphone input, which on this camera, the Canon 80D, is on this side. And then select your receiver. And on the top of the receiver, you'll see that it has an output and a headphone output. So let's choose the out. And quickly going to the front, I'm just going to make sure that it's set to stereo. And I've got it set up to plus 0 dB at the moment. So I know straight away that I need to lift the gain of this much, much higher. So let's have a look at lifting that up. So plus 12 on the output is as high as it will go. I have the cable connected to the standard output, and we'll see how we go setting it up in the camera. And I want to see how high I need to lift it up until it actually comes to minus 12. So let's count that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 18. So about 18, maybe 17, 16 is about that quarter setting. We'll actually get that level up to about minus 12, which is where your goal should be. Some might say that for a Canon DSLR camera, that input gain on the camera is way too high because it will have a lot of noise in the recording, because these cameras, most DSLR cameras, don't have very good audio inputs. So there is a way to be able to lower this gain and get more output from your little device. And here's the trick. Change the output from the standard output, which gives you a plus 12 dB gain, to the headphone output. Now the headphone amplifier in the DW20 is designed to drive headphones, so it is going to be a high output straight up. I have made sure that the output level on the front of the DW20 receiver is set to 0. So let's see how high I need to set the gain control now. I want to try and get this as low as possible. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got that set to 4 clicks, which is just above the low end of record level. And the front here, I have this output set to plus 0. Let me just lift this up a little bit to, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got plus 6 dB on this output now, and you can see that it's coming up to approximately where we had it before. So I've effectively been able to lift the 7 rhymes output by just changing it over to the headphone output. A little trick that you might like to try. And let's make a recording at those settings. I've now selected the headset output of the DW20, and I've lowered the gain of the unit to about plus 6. And on my Canon camera, I was able to reduce that right down to 4 steps above 0. So have a listen for yourself now and see what that sounds like. I'll stop talking so you can listen to that background noise. Now there's a little bit of breeze blowing as well. What I might do is I'll just change over to the little windsock, little fluffy windsock. That's latched on. Okay, so that should reduce any wind noise. Let me just go for a walk now, and you can have a listen for yourself how it sounds. Got someone using a ratchet gun a couple of doors down, so you're more than likely to hear that as well. Guys, well, I hope that answers some of the questions you may have about the 7 rhymes DW20. If you've got any other questions or any other queries about how this gear will work on your camera, please leave them in the comments section. Until next time, I'll catch you later.